Hey everyone, I'm Kim the Introvert, and I am here to talk to you today about my experience working for and interviewing at Dunkin' Donuts / Baskin Robbins. So, a long time ago, I have my notes here, right here. So, I've had about 11 or 12 jobs in total. I believe 11 or 12, and I feel like there's a lot of videos on YouTube that talk about the interview process, what their experience was, and just the overall information about working for a certain company. So this information may be old. It's from a very long time ago. I'm not sure if they're still doing it this way, but this was my experience working for Baskin Robbins / Dunkin' Donuts. So I'm going to start with the interview process. I went to my local Baskin Robbins, Dunkin' Donuts. It was all in one. I'm just gonna call them DDBR. So I went to my local DDBR next to my house, and I put in a paper application, and then I got a call, and they came in and they had me come into the store, and they gave me a verbal interview. And so the interviewee was a middle-aged guy, and he basically just asked me about myself, asked me how old I was. I was 17 at the time, so I was in high school. He asked me, I think he might have asked me about my work experience, which didn't really have any because this was my first official job. There was a verbal, and then there was a paper, like a test. I don't completely remember everything that was on the test. Oh, you know what? I think it was something like the normal questions they ask, like if a customer does this, blah blah, how would you react? Those questions that like every freaking place asks you. But there was a part on the test that was a math part where it was like super easy math, like $2.11 plus 25 cents. It's like really, like it was really simple adding and subtracting. I don't know if it's still like that at all, but that's what was there. And so I did that, and I actually like finished it, and I felt like I did it too fast because it was multiple questions. So I finished it, and I was like, I did this way too fast. So I went back and checked my work, and then I handed him the paperwork. He was like, wow, you added that really fast. I'm just like, yeah, because I've been out of kindergarten for, I don't know, at least 10, 15 years now. So I thought that was weird. I'm like, that should have been a red flag right there. The fact that I was able to do simple addition and subtraction like a normal 17-year-old would. So after that, he just went over the paperwork. He was like, okay, this all looks good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna train you at another location, which was very disappointing to me because the location where I applied for was super close to my house. And they wanted to train me at another location, which was not super close to my house. And he said that once they feel like I get everything down, that they'll transfer me over to this location. Red flag number 2. And so we're gonna fast forward to my first day. I barely remember my first day. I believe either my mother or my father dropped me off. I wasn't driving yet, nor did I have a car. Obviously, I wasn't driving. And I was so excited the night before that I did my nails, and I used to wear fake nails, and I used to love them long because this is way before I had to get a normal job. So I had these long fake nails, and I went in, and they would like almost the first thing they say to me is, hey, you're not allowed to have long nails here. What I didn't know is you're not allowed to have long fake nails in food service, period. You're not even allowed to have nail polish on. Did not know that. It was my first job. Had no idea. I learned that I had many food jobs. That's when I learned that. So I was really sad because I was just like, I just did these last night. So I had to go home and I had to pop them all off. For any of you peoples who have glued on nails, like with nail glue, the good nail glue, okay? You know that you want at least a week before you start popping them suckers off. The fact that I had just put them on not even 24 hours ago and I had to pop them off was not fun. Anyway, I was trained that day on basic stuff. I don't remember if they trained me on the register at all. And then they trained me on like the window. We had a drive-through, so we had to wear a headset. And so they trained me on like how to use the headset. There were buttons on the I believe it was on this side, and you like press the button, hi, how can I help you? Can I take your order? That kind of stuff. And then you also had a mic. We used to flip our mic up when we weren't using it, and then we flip it down when we were trying to talk to someone in the drive-thru. Oh, also with those headsets, they definitely worked like a walkie-talkie. So you know how in Charlotte Russe, you see the ladies, you ask for help and they like, you know, talk to someone. So we definitely would like, if someone was in the bathroom or somewhere like in the back, you would be helping a customer and all of a sudden you hear someone like whispering or saying something stupid in your ear and you have to try not to laugh. So yeah, well, and I was just trained on like the ice cream, where everything was in the store, you know, just the basic stuff. And then my duties for the job was to empty the trash. It's really basic. Empty the trash, mopping the bathroom, even though I don't remember ever doing that. I probably blocked it out of my mind. Refilling the ice cream drums. Okay, so the ice cream drums. You know the big, huge cylinders that are, yeah, okay. So they were kept in a walk-in freezer in the back of the store. And when an ice cream got really low, or well, we weren't supposed to let it get empty, but when it got really low, you had to go to the back, you had to go in the walk-in freezer, find the ice cream, okay, because it wasn't in alphabetical order. Like when the order came, they just put it somewhere where it fit. So you had to find which ice cream that you're looking for, and then you had to carry it out and bring it out to where the display was. And it was heavy, okay. It was definitely heavy, and it was really cold, and sometimes you got a little bit too cold because you couldn't find what you were looking for, because like it's not like we had an inventory list like, oh, this is in stock, we have 2 drums of this and 4 drums of this, and we only have 1 of this. No, you had to like search, okay. And then you take that out to the display. You have to take out the old drum. If there was still ice cream in the old drum, you scoop that out, put it in the new drum, and then put that down into the freezer. And then so refilling ice cream, and then of course helping the customers, you know, in the drive-thru, at the counters for donuts, at the counters for coffee, the smoothies, shakes, all that stuff. And then overall, my overall experience, I did like the customers. I liked the customers. The customers were cool. I mean, I was in a cool neighborhood, so you know, the customers weren't bad. It was a 24-hour location, so it never freaking closed. So I never had to open or close the store because it was always open. I always worked a 3 to 10 or 3 to 10:30 shift or something like that. I didn't know about labor laws back then, but we were only allowed to take 2 separate 5-minute breaks. That's it, okay? I didn't know any better. I was really young. I don't think I told my parents, so my parents didn't know what was going on. Otherwise, maybe they would have said something. I don't know. I didn't last long enough. I hated it. I didn't really like my bosses. I didn't really like because it was privately owned, so I didn't like the people who owned it very much. Yeah, so I ended up just like quitting. I just quit. I walked in and I was like, I didn't know how to quit. You know, this was my first real job, so I didn't know how to quit. So I just went up to my boss and I said, hey, I don't, you know, I don't want to come back, or I don't want to, I had clocked in and I wanted it to be my last day. And I didn't know nothing about no 2-week notice. Like, I didn't know anything about working, okay? Yeah, I didn't know. And so they said, did you clock in already? I said, yes. They said, okay, we'll go clock out. And they just like told me to go home. So yeah, that was it. But yeah, that was my experience that I can remember working at BB/DD or DD/B. No, DD/VR. That's what I called it. And then I'm going to make a separate video about 2 story times of when I was working there. So stay tuned. Bye guys.